remind me what the game would be, but none of that was recycled material.
Segues. That's a good segue.
Yeah.
I went to IKEA to buy some furniture to put stuff in.
No.
I went to IKEA to buy a cabinet.
No, not doing it for me.
I watched the
things politicians would say when they resign.
Not doing it for me.
Yeah.
World's worst cabinet minister resignation speech.
Yeah, I'm resigned to play one more game, Marjolein, if that helps.
Stew?
What do you mean, stew? They've told it to
Stew is the worst. World's worst.
Fucking hell. I mean, I believe in equality, but you don't make it easy, do you, love?
I belong to you. I belong to you. Do just what you want. You're the one I trust. And I always be around when I need some loving, baby. No one else. Yeah. Let you down.
The beautiful, sexy creature that advertised the Frosted Flakes.
Holly Willoughby. Oh fuck! Tony the Tiger. Tony the Tiger.
How sad!
Tony the Tiger.
Because he himself is already endangered, and now the remains of.
Oh.
Did you say what the actual thing is?
Should we finish by all singing the Monday Night Improv song?
Wait, Marlene's got
Monday Night Improv.
Monday Night Improv.
Monday Night Improv.
Wow, the Japanese are gonna hate us.
I ran up a check, I might do it again. Enemies close, had me thinking they're friends. 10 toes down, I'll be free until the end. Crib outside the city, I don't feel safe in my hands. Took so many years, I'm just waiting for the wins. I'm in debt to no one but the one who took my sins. I do it for real, there's no reason to pretend. If I do it once, I do it again. Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up, I'm just doing me, everything is on me, oh you matter what, add it up, bankroll, euro, peso.
You wanna do something Monday nighter? I've got something for you, hold tighter. It's a show that's unpredictable and fast, and improvised by the cast. Monday Night Improv. Monday Night Improv. Sing it, Monday Night Improv. Monday Night Improv.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Monday Night Improv, episode 51, the penultimate show. Please welcome your host for this evening, Gary Dobson.
Hey! Yes, I know. I can't fucking believe it either. It's me hosting. Who'da thunk it? And everyone's left. End of show. Well, welcome to Monday Night Improv. Welcome to both our regulars and our irregulars, I guess. For those that haven't seen the show before, well, there's only this one and one more. So where the fuck were you? Welcome anyway. What's going to happen? We've got a collection of comedians from around the local area. They're all local, wherever they happen to be at the time. And we're just going to have some fun. We're going to make up some comedy sketches for you watching at home with your help. The regulars will know we will be asking for help regularly and frequently. James, lovely to have you with us this evening.
Howdy.
Howdy indeed. It is, of course, traditional to start the show off with James's question. I thought I'd make it easier for you tonight. I'm giving you a choice of 3 answers.
Okay.
Okay, so your choices are, James, love in an elevator, a blowy on an escalator, or a little cuddle to give you a lift. It is traditional when asked a question to answer.
Loving an elevator.
Okay. Right. Okay, you're that quick. Excellent. Thank you, James, for that. Well, before we go on any further, I should introduce you to our players tonight. For those tuning in via the Stand website, should point out that it does say that Joe Heenan will be joining us tonight. That is an untruth. He's not well. So he's unable to join us, unfortunately. So we'll get well soon, Joe. That's all we can say. And you're unwell. You're quite old. So we're just going to give you this 3 seconds of silence. Get well soon, Joe. On with the... let's introduce our players tonight. First of all, a man so skinny that every time I see him, he looks more and more like a bobblehead of himself. Please welcome, it's Mr. Will Naameh.
Bobble, it's me. I would choose to have a rim job on a Stanner stair lift.
Right. Is that just your demographic?
Yeah, well, just that's what I choose.
Right. Okay. Not one of the options, but thank you very much for playing. Next up for joining us. Now, I'm not the only host tonight because our next player is currently possessed by a demon. My understanding is it's Abaddon, the spirit of Zetland, whatever that means. So please welcome our next player. It's, of course, Miss Marjolein Robertson.
Hi, how is everybody?
Are you?
I am Marjolein.
Excellent.
God,
excellent.
No one else inside of me, erotic or otherwise.
You are assimilating nicely, may I say. And finally, ladies and gentlemen, if beauty is skin deep, this next player, let's face it, is mostly skin. Please put your hands together and welcome. It's Mr. Stuart Murphy.
Hooray! It's me. In answer to your question, I would choose a kick fuck on a luge. It gives you the time you need to get it done. And let's not forget, a blowy on an escalator is safely irresponsible because one of you is going to be facing the wrong way and you won't know when the top of the escalator is coming. You're either going to get your shins shaved or you're going to fall backwards when your heels hit it. In which case, your chances are you're going to get your dick ripped off.
You're absolutely right, Stu. And originally, I thought of saying a blowy on a travelator, but I thought that had even more potential problems.
Well, yeah, because that's just even faster.
Yeah.
Besides, you cannot give blowjobs in airports anymore, not since 9/11.
Yeah, I'd like an emotional connection on a fireman's pole.
Well, someone's been peeking at my Christmas list. However, it's just not likely to happen. Now, you mentioned James earlier, of course, you are contractually obliged to, Gary, but I've noticed some comments demanding demanding that James make an appearance next week. And I think it's fair to tell the people we tried, because there's only 4 of us tonight. We tried to get James on, and he point blank refused, saying,
He has no face.
That's it. Well, I said, you sure you don't want to do it? And he said, and I'm quoting here, those fuckers aren't worth it.
Well, I thought it was interesting before the show that you did ask James if he wanted to do it, which to me told me just how much you knew James, because I knew straight away the answer would be no, fuck off.
Yeah.
So it's interesting that after 51 weeks, you didn't know that much about James. So
it's not a question of knowing that much about James. It's a question of my optimism rising to the top like a turd in a milkshake, in the vain hope that he might want to join us. You know,
I still don't know whether he has feet.
No one does.
Yeah, no one does. Now we might try. There is only one show left, as has been stated a couple of times already. We might get James to see if he wants to show his face, but it's like taming a wild beast. He very much does exactly what he wants. So let's crack on with the show, shall we?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Sorry, it has to be consensual with all of you. It's consensual all round.
Yes.
That's what's important. Once it's consensual
Marjolein
all round,
says
we can do whatever the fuck we want. Fantastic. So we're going to kickstart as per with a round of what you're doing. Someone will perform an action. The next person will ask them what they're doing, and they will kind of misinterpret their own action, and it will go round and round in what would normally be closer to a circle, but is now very much a square. But that's okay. We'll go round and round until we figure out we know what we're doing. So, first of all, from you good people at home, can we just get any kind of a description of any physical action at all? It can be mowing a carpet. It could be shaving a neighbour, punting
getting a blowy on an escalator.
Par exemple.
Yeah.
So get those in chat, and James will give us a couple of options to choose from.
So we have chastising a wayward gnat, eating a sausage roll that is too hot.
I like that.
James revealing himself to the masses. That's why it was sacked
why.
as an altar boy. Preparing the gateway for Abandon's triumphant return.
Brilliant.
Doing hip hop. Using all the scratch and sniff books in the library. A streamer who's late for her own stream.
Who would that be?
Wow.
Blowing out cornels. Harvesting bull sperm. Making friends in your 30s.
God, whoever said that.
God, that's good.
You can keep trying, but it'll never happen.
Remembering you're a wobble, painting a cat anytime, guys. Anytime.
I think
James.
that is a fantastic representation of the kind of audience we get every week. And scrubbing a pineapple with a toothbrush. Thank you for playing, Tori, and welcome back. I think one of the earliest ones was just spot on, wasn't it? Like eating a sausage roll that's too hot.
Absolutely.
There's a backstory there. Because it's too hot, you're continuing to eat it.
So thank you for that. Thank you for that, Ewan. I should point out for this week's show, I've got a bag full of points, and I'm giving you all 10 points just to start with.
Oh,
because they mean fuck all. So have 10 each. Doesn't matter. Right. I think you can start us off with eating a sausage roll that is too hot. So 3 claps, if you will, for what you're doing.
Well, what are you doing?
I'm a lady fanning herself.
Of course you are. What are you doing, Marjolein? Coy little coquettish mink.
I'm playing this maraca, but I cannot hear it.
Speaking of coy little minxes, what on earth are you doing?
Trying to resuscitate this starling.
Oh, What a minx. Gary, you coy little minx. What are you doing?
What am I doing? I am currently reinventing hip hop.
Ever the self-publicist.
I need everyone at home to know now that my internet's so slow, I can't see anything. But Will, what are you doing?
I could say anything. I'm backflipping violently.
Okay.
Very good. Very good.
Wow. Oh, what a coy little minx she is.
Oh, wow.
From the point of view of artistic interpretation, I have to ask, Marjolein, what are you doing?
Oh, my washing machine's broken, so I've eaten my clothes and washing them in my belly. I'm back.
Very much looks like Gary's doing a dance right now.
It really does, doesn't it?
Miley, you stand up as well. Stand up as well.
Hey, Stu, what are we doing?
Praising the Polynesian god that birthed me. Come on, Gary, chop, chop.
Gary, what do you think you're doing?
I'm measuring either side of this cupboard that I'm locked in.
Yeah.
Well, what are you doing?
I'm going in for the Eskimo kiss.
Sex beast.
Dirty boy. Dirty boy.
Marjolein, what are you doing?
I was smelling the back of your head, but then you turned around and noticed me again. Stuart Murphy.
Oh, he looks so innocent. Stewie, what are you doing, mate?
I'm getting the mucus content of each nostril precisely the same.
And I think we'll leave it there.
Hey.
I'm not filling my nose with mucus just for your amusement. Well done, everyone. That's 15 points each. Why not?
Can I explain something?
Yes.
I hope so.
When I was being Will's body, I wasn't like about to get naked. I just realized that my grey t-shirt would match his hoodie much better than my white jumper. But I felt like there was a weird moment of wonder when I was just stood up and started taking off my clothes.
No, I think
it was a wonderful action, Marjolein. If it's any consolation, I wasn't sitting here going, I thought she was going to get naked, then she didn't. Damn.
As we saw our follower.
What about the lads?
Honestly, now I'm going to have to re-divert my blood flow.
Oh. Well, let's re-divert it into the next game, shall we? Our next game.
Nicely.
Incredible segue.
What a pro.
What a pro.
Fucking smooth.
What a pro.
What a pro, Gary, you coy little minx.
King of the segue. King of the segue.
King of the segue. Yes, indeed. So next up, we've got Topic Bastard, which this week is, I believe, things you can say on a cooking show and also in the bedroom. Come up with your own ideas for that. We'll have a look at those at the end of this. Would anyone like to go first on this? Will, with your hand straight up.
I want to get in there before anybody else gets this one.
That's something you can say on a cooking show and also in the bedroom with your hands
straight up while stuffing the turkey. Well done.
Yeah.
Things you can say on a cooking show and also in the bedroom. Ready, steady, cock.
Wow. Well, you wanted to get in first in case anyone else had that idea.
It's the obvious one. It's the obvious one.
Yes, he's always thinking.
Okay, well done, Will. -2 points.
Things you can say on a cooking show and also in the bedroom. Here's something that I made earlier.
Hey!
A lot of people.
Very good.
I see.
Things you can say on a cooking show and also in the bedroom. Do make sure it's warm enough before you slip it in for around 20 minutes, turning occasionally.
Ew.
Yeah, made me feel just a little bit sick. That's a sign of a good one. Things you can say on a cooking show and also in the bedroom. One of the joys of doing it by yourself is no one looks at you funny when you lick your own beater.
Like
yeah, because mine was weird.
A beater's like a penis.
It is.
Things you can say on a cooking show and also in the bedroom. For a strong finish, brush it with egg.
Things you could say on a cooking show and also in the bedroom. Yeah, if you want to know any good tips, well, I like to leave mine out for a few hours to get it to room temperature before I work with it. Pliable.
Things you could say on a cooking show and also in the bedroom. Well, this should be enough to feed a family of 4.
Wow. Things you can say on a cooking show and also in the bedroom. Put it between 2 sheets of cling film and bash it flat with a wooden rolling pin.
Things you can say on a cooking show and also in the bedroom. We are really pushed for time. Set an egg timer for 2 minutes.
Things you can say on a cooking show and also in the bedroom. That wine isn't for drinking. No, I'll tell you what it's for. But first, we must take the knives out and tenderize the flesh. Praise Abadivil.
Praise Abaddon.
Did you say praise audible? Sounded like you said praise audible.
Things you can say on a cooking show and also in the bedroom. I normally only eat one of these when I've been drinking.
Dear God.
Things you can say on a cooking show and also in the bedroom. My granny used to poke a knitting needle in hers. If it came out sticky, it wasn't ready yet.
Things you say on a cooking show and in the bedroom. Wow, Jamie Oliver's here. Imagine that.
Things you could say on a cooking show and also in the bedroom. Some would say too many chefs, but I say the more the merrier.
Hey. Things you can say on a cooking show and also in the bedroom. Don't be afraid. With a vigorous whisking, you can work up a usable batter.
Oh. Okay, I've got a couple more. Let's just fire them
like
out.
A fanny.
Now I get it. Like pussy.
Someone needs to have the talk. I got a couple more. I've got beat it until it's firm. I do this by hand, but you can use a machine. Don't worry if the measurements aren't exact. And I did it for 3 minutes on each side, but it's still a bit too bloody for my taste.
Oh, come on.
Gary, come on now. You need a
You make
classy
my
one.
fanny look playful now, Gary.
Gary, you need a classy one like this.
Yeah.
Raise the tone, Naameh.
Things you can say on a cooking show and in the bedroom. I'm going to fuck this cooking show.
Wow.
Yay.
See, there's the tone all the way up there, Gary.
There it is.
Things you can say on a cooking show and also the bedroom. Oh, you finished? Let me try. So salty. And also, things you say on a cooking show and also in the bedroom. Yes! Gino De Campo! I love that guy.
Things you can say. Things you can say on a cooking show and also in the bedroom. Personally, it puts me off when you put that much parsley on it.
Right.
Now, I've not got one more, but I was wondering if I could make one up on the spot.
Oh,
Do it. They're always the
after
best.
success, I think it would be rude not to.
You're gonna just freestyle it. Just make one up on the spot. Here we go. Things you can say on a cooking show and also in the bedroom.
I'm already laughing.
I've got some peppers.
Yeah.
With bell peppers, bell end.
That's
because.
Right.
Well, this
Jesus,
is
you see
how
that
it's
the
done.
tone just plummeted.
Hang on just a
This
second.
is how it's done. Someone give me an ingredient.
Give you an ingredient.
Yeah.
Give you an
Fennel.
ingredient. Well, we had fennel there, Marjolein. Fennel is the ingredient.
Finocchio.
Okay. Things you can say in a bedroom and also on a cooking show. I didn't know there was fennel in this.
Wow, take that, Naameh. Wow.
Where were you the entire round, James?
Yeah. Take that. Yeah.
Is that what it takes, James? Is that what it takes?
I didn't know there was fennel in this. I can say that every round now, James. Fuck you.
Yeah. I didn't know there was a pepper in this. You see, well, you missed your chance, mate. You missed your chance. There's that.
That'd be good. I'll do it again. Didn't know there was a bell pepper in this. In my
Mr. James, did we get any fun ones from the Ponteros?
We did indeed. Oh, great! Here's Ainsley Harriet again with the oil. I'll eat that if you scrape the mold off first.
Logos.
Hope you're ready for a deep-filled pie. So when the juices run clear, it's ready.
Oh,
That's good
you know it's done when it jiggles. I'm not sure what it is, but yours doesn't taste quite right. Is that meant to have lumps in it? Yes, because it's ribs for your pleasure. Baste the spatchcock.
What?
Salty. I'm putting it back in for another 3 minutes. This is so juicy. It's an acquired taste. Let us pretend. Puns.
Oh,
puns.
Old school.
I don't know if Marjolein will get that. She's not great with puns.
It's about salad.
Yeah. And why? Cos.
Yeah. You need to beat it for about 5 minutes to get it stiff.
Yeah,
I
stiff
didn't
beaks.
get that.
I'll stick it in to see if it's moist.
Well done to the audience.
There's loads.
We should read their ones first next week.
Yeah, well done to the audience. So let's crack on, shall we? The audience get 50 points there, and everyone else gets 3.4 for some reason.
Fucking hell.
That's worked out. It's an algorithm, Stu. It's beyond my control. It's all the algorithm.
Points, man.
The points are, of course, redeemable, but not since last year.
Yeah.
So that's a bit harsh. So let's move on, shall we? It's time, I believe, for another round of It's Twat Munch Manor.
Hooray!
No.
Hey, fantastic. There's been a murder. Sorry, there's been a murder. For our international viewers all getting hard-ons. Murder. There you go. There's been a murder, and I believe it's Inspector Will this week who is going to be solving the murder. So you need to get ifa.
Bye.
Getifa Yabasa. Fantastic. Now we're a man down, so we're gonna rely on the audience a little bit more again this week. We are gonna be providing Will with clues to a room, an occupation, and a murder weapon. The room where the murder took place, the occupation of the victim, and the murder weapon used. So hopefully you can suggest a room, an occupation, and or a murder weapon in your suggestions, and hopefully we'll be able to tell which is which.
Gary, will we play a couple of adverts just while the guys catch up on the chat and suggest some suggestions?
If you have an appropriate sized advert that is not for Bank of Scotland, because they are fucking pissing me off now.
Not you as well.
Right? So yes, if you play an appropriate sized advert, James, that would really fulfill your brief.
Sure.
And would leave Will in the cold for much longer.
Fill your briefs.
Yeah.
There we are. Indeed, yes, we are back live and in the flesh. Live in the flesh. That sounds like something you could say in the bedroom. 1st of November in Glasgow. Other show dates to follow. So, James, do we have suggestions for rooms?
So let's have a wee look for rooms because everyone's
I'm going to do the room. We've got Solarium.
We have Solarium. We have a walk-in wardrobe that leads to Narnia.
Oh, quite like that.
As opposed to where else? Everyone. All the walk-in wardrobes lead to Narnia. Yeah, that's the only 2 rooms we have.
Well, I think since I am the room, I'm going to go with a walk-in wardrobe.
Yes.
That leads to Narnia.
Amazing.
I think. Since everyone has those and very few people have solariums. Right? Do we have some occupations? This is for you, Stu, so you get a look at these.
We have an assistant at Robert Dias.
I'm not going to roll the dice again.
You were.
Okay.
Like Brigadoon, I don't think they exist except for once every 100 years.
I don't know if this is an occupation, but let's go for it anyway. The Elgin Marbles. I don't
That's
know
probably a murder weapon, James.
Yeah.
Murder weapon.
Yeah. Moldy custard. No, not murder weapon, sorry. Occupation we're still looking for.
You're doing a great job, James.
Thank you very much.
People still have time to throw in occupations while he's trying to find some.
No occupations. Unless you want to be Desperate Dan's cow pie.
That's not an occupation. Maybe you've got another advert to play.
Yes, I do. Yeah, right. I tell you what, I'll play another advert, and if you can choose an occupation, only an occupation. Thank you for
out 2 hours of that each.
I know. not sure who he was, but I wish him the very best.
Some of the proceeds are going to Ayrshire charities to help with their COVID.
It said, well, it said all proceeds there.
It said proceeds.
All or some. It just said proceeds. It's misleading. It's
this
the language
of money-making scam.
There's a percentage going, and the percentage.
It's the language of scammery. You're quite right.
So now it's a percentage of 1%. Is it 1%, James?
Hey, that is a percentage.
Answer me this, James. Has Billy recently registered himself as an Ayrshire charity? Because that man, funny as he is, can smell a fucking tax loophole a mile away.
Does it even need to be a recent registration?
Only reason he's got children.
So, James, did we get any occupations during that?
We got loads of occupations. We
have
have
beautiful people at home. Beautiful people.
An Aldi aisle assistant that sings everything. Personal toothpaste tester. The man who paints words on the street. Film cleaner. An enthusiastic fluffer. An olive pit remover. I think we've had this one before, so I don't think I need to say it.
I am a pentameter rapper.
We have an old-time Wild West sheriff.
Love it.
The mod of an online comedy show.
Fucking hell. I like olive pit remover.
An olive pit remover. I think that's a great one, Stu.
Olive pit remover.
Because those pits don't remove themselves.
I hate when they've been on strike and you get a jar of pips.
Yeah, no.
Now, is it a pit or is it a pip?
Pit, olive pit.
Yes, that's what I assumed, and I think we have to get him to say pit. And I don't think Pip will cut the mustard, Stu.
No.
So he has to be. So he's an olive pit remover. And finally, James, can you? I'm sure this is the most the most deluged. It would be a murder weapon. Can we get a murder weapon for Mar,
This
please?
is what they're used to giving. Have they given the goods?
Yes, but everything's all back to front, and I'm trying to find where everything else.
We don't
You're
need
doing
another
a very
ad.
good job, James. And the more I say it, the less I mean it.
No more ads, James.
I think I remember.
No ads.
The only one I remember is Elgin Marbles.
All I've seen this guy open for John Bishop. That's all I've seen. Right, so what we're looking for? We're looking
Kill him
for
with an
Yes, we had
insult.
Desperate Dan's cow pie. We had the Elgin Marbles.
Oh yeah, Desperate
Elgin
Dan's cow
Marbles,
pie, Elgin Marbles.
a black
sparkly
sparkly tiara,
Yeah.
some
nice.
mouldy custard, a dirty
I
white
see
sports
one.
sock filled with
Murder
melted
weapon.
franks.
I saw one. Murder weapon, old pieces of a shipwrecked boat.
I'll go for that one because Stu picked it.
Well, you see, I saw that and I thought of you on your island hideaway, like a siren in the North Sea.
Painting lighthouses over the glass,
Yeah.
so then we get more treasures at our shores.
That's
Old
right.
pieces
Preparing
of a-
defences against the Vikings, that kind of shit.
So old
Because
pieces
you
of
know
a
they
shipwrecked
find them.
boat. So that's flotsam.
No, it's
Not
Jetsam.
Jetsam.
No, Jetson's thrown off, isn't it? And flotsam just.
No,
Is-
Flotsam's the floaty ones. Jetsam's the jetted off, and Flotsam's floated away. So this would be Flotsam.
So what I said. Thank you very much for joining us.
Pints.
Right. So I'm sure that Will has wondered what the fuck is going on since we've had several commercial breaks and a jolly good natter. So just to recap, his room is a walk-in wardrobe to Narnia. The occupation of the deceased Stu.
Is an olive pit remover.
And the murder weapon used, Amar.
Old pieces of a shipwrecked boat.
Fantastic. He's got 5 minutes to guess it. Let's see if he's still with us. And a tiny, tiny little round of applause as he rejoins us.
Thank God.
Yeah.
I've been out there for fucking ages. Right.
That's right. You missed 2 commercial breaks, apparently.
Right, come on.
Please follow me. The body is this way. I don't mind all the fur coats and everything that are in the way. There's plenty of room to get in there, of course.
It's yes, the body was found in a haunted vintage shop.
What? That's barely a space within this domicile. No, not at all. Of course, some things are folded up on the side, but most of the stuff's here on hangers. But don't go past the fur coat. Sorry, it gets a bit chilly. What with all the snow and whatnot.
We're in a freezing airing cupboard.
That's right, where people keep clothes. Yes. No. Stuff's just hung up here in between uses, really.
A laundry room, a cupboard.
A cupboard for clothes? What on earth could that be called?
A wardrobe.
That's
It's
right.
the wardrobe to Narnia.
Ah, yes, but it's very specific, as you say, wardrobe to Narnia, because people can just, people don't have to stand outside. They can just
walk. It's a walk-in wardrobe to Narnia.
Yes, and there's the body.
Yeah, oh dear, but what did it do for a living?
The poor man The poor man, we had a martini party the other night and he got repetitive stress injury from having to do this over and over again.
James Bond wanking too much.
No, he always carried his own tiny stick, used it over and over again. He could do it up close or from a distance. He had the eye of a darts player, that man.
He was a professional cocktail maker.
Oh, no. He despised liquids.
He was hydrogen.
I don't know his star sign, but he worked only with solids. Even then, only about 66% of the solid would remain once he'd been to work.
What?
Yes, no one likes that little interloper curled up like someone in a green sleeping bag. Get the little red bastard out, that's what I say. And he did, time and time again.
He was a third of an olive.
No, well, that's exactly what he worked with. But there was one particular part of it he did not tolerate.
The pip, the seed, the stone.
No, not the pip.
The
pip was so close.
The pip,
No, not the pip. But he would take them and throw them into a huge hole in the ground.
What?
Yes. Which he would call, what do you call a huge hole in the ground?
A well.
No. The place where the Formula 1 cars would be repaired.
What?
The place where you change the tires on Formula 1 cars.
A pit stop, a pit.
Yes. So what did he get?
He was an olive pitter.
Yes, but he would take them away.
And he would throw them in a canyon.
Yes, so how would that move from relation to the olive?
He was an olive pit awayer. He was an olive pit thrower awayer.
In relation to the olive, he would take that little bit
An olive pit scooper.
Doesn't matter how he did
An extractor.
Yes, sort of.
A taker-outer.
Yes.
He's moving homes.
Pickfords.
Types of what?
Lorries.
No, but what they do?
They drive.
They relocate things and then they locate them again.
They relocate. They relocate. An olive pit redistributor?
Not distributor. Didn't give them to the fucking poor.
Well, hurry up then.
Well, they just take them from one place and put them in another place.
An olive pit mover.
Do it twice.
An olive pit remover.
Yes.
Me ancient vessel destroyed, and parts of it used in a heinous way.
It was the Holy Grail, the murder weapon.
I'm a pirate, and my vessel, which was ancient, was destroyed, and
an old pirate ship.
Yes, and the parts of the wood, just the jetsam, flotsam, fuck. I hate this. Well, I'm out.
An olive pit remover.
Yes.
Yes. I understand how I danced around the answer for 2 minutes. I understand now. Now I know what it is. I understand why that's on me. What was it, Marjolein?
Do you want to have one last guess? If I said, me ancient vessel that was destroyed and now parts used for a heinous act.
It was a dildo made out of the plank of an abandoned pirate ship.
Get out of this house.
Right. It was in fact, Will, he said, trying to reclaim safe Flotsam. It was in fact old pieces of a shipwrecked boat. Obvs.
We thought that would be the one you have trouble with.
Damn it!
That's right. Actually, it's quite interesting because just looking at the algorithm, Will got more points than anyone there. So,
hooray!
I'm not really sure how this algorithm works. I didn't program it myself, but Will is currently in the lead, which is a bit disturbing, really. But let's crack on, shall we? Let's crack on. Let's see if we can get some sanity back. We're going to move on to a game of radio phoning. Next, our penultimate game and our penultimate show. Teary wank. It's a radio phone-in. I believe I'm the radio host. Is that correct?
Yes.
Excellent. And I've been on air for a couple of hours already. We're getting towards the end of the show, and people are just phoning in with recapped questions from topics previously discovered, talked about discussed. Thank you, Stu. Remover, discussed. 2 words I've learned today. Previously discussed on the radio show. So, guys in chat, gals in chat, have you care to self-identify in chat? Can we get some topics, please, that perhaps the radio talk show could have been covering during the course of the previous segments? Simple as that. Just looking at the scores, I say Will is in the lead, Mar and Stu joint second, and I am, well, I've not yet to score because I didn't give myself any points at the beginning.
Where's the audience?
I can play another advert if you want.
No. How many fucking adverts do we have?
We catch Will up on the fact that, did you know Billy is, we've learned this in advert film, that Billy is basically a fraudster who's cheating charities out of money.
Wow, doesn't surprise me. He always had that look about him.
Didn't he?
Do horses need legs anyway? Exactly, Scott. Exactly. How to get a level layer of concrete over a dead relative, but easier when they're dead.
That's really hard to do because it's been hard to get cement right now.
Right. Yeah. Should Neds run the government in a radical new change to society?
Nope.
Feminism in the realm of the Fraggle Rock.
Oh, God. She knows you, Gary. She knows.
Just, Moki. Comedy, is it here to stay? Well, we'll invite it in and see how long it wants to stick around. Has Pac-Man overcome his ecstasy edition? Now, do you want to choose one or just use as many of these as you see fit?
Well, you're the host, mate.
I'm forgetting them already.
I enjoyed the horses need legs. Really?
Yeah. Why do the horses need legs?
Yeah. Why is
I enjoyed. This guy supported John Bishop? Question mark.
Look, they didn't book me on the strength of my Monday Night Improv performances and my guesswork. I'll put it that way.
So I think one of the topics that we've discussed during the show. Yes, Will, your hand is up. You're very polite. Good boy.
Before we begin, Marjolein, could you move the top of your head to near where your name is on the screen so I can do my Stu Murphy impression? Hang on.
Right. It really screams. Yeah. It really screams Stu Murphy.
Let's begin the show.
Exactly. It's exactly me.
Right,
I thought you were going to have a present for me.
Thank you for that, Will. That was as entertaining as an advert. Thank you for that. So, one of the topics that previously been discussed on the radio show was, do horses need legs anyway? Any of the other topics, you are more than welcome to phone in, because we've obviously covered quite a lot. So if everyone would like to just fuck off, I've got a radio show.
Oh, shit. Forgot this.
What?
There we go.
Right. Yes, and that was Milli Vanilli just moving their mouths. So we're opening up the lines. It's the end of the show. We're opening up the lines. Last chance to call in before the long weekend. Of course, we hope wherever you are, you're staying dry, you're staying well, you're staying warm. And we're just going to the lines now. I see we've got a caller coming through on line 2. Hello, line 2. You're through to the studio.
Hello, it's me, Phil, from the other night. You were talking earlier on about horse racing. Is it a sport or is it a game? Well, I vote for a third option, that it's an absolute waste of time because horses have legs. So you've got to wonder, is there any skill involved at all? Because think about it. If you're a horse and you're in a narrow space with some guy on your back and then someone fires a gun, you're going to run, especially if the guy on your back, starts hitting you. But if you don't have legs, that's where the skill comes in because you've got to work those stumps.
Right.
In such a way that you shuffle forward. I grant you, I grant you, the races would take longer. But whichever horse makes it over those jumps, that's going to be a sports personality worth, lauding.
Right. So, Phil, let me just get this right. Are you perhaps suggesting that we replace horse racing with horse rolling?
No. I'm saying the horses stay sort of like, the last thing you want is a dizzy horse torso. You just have it's like they look like Nessie on the grass. The horses, the head always staying perpendicular to the grass, and then they just sort of shuffle around,
kind of like an inchworm.
Yeah, but with a massive tail and an Irishman on his back.
Right. In the absence of legs, would horses still need jockeys?
Well, I don't see why not. I mean, they're going to, once they realise the gun's gone off and there's no immediate danger, they're going to need some encouragement. Right. So you may as well keep hitting them, I suppose. I don't know. I've never worked with horses.
So you're advocating whipping.
I don't know what goes in a fucking horse's mind, do I? What am I, some kind of equine psychologist?
Right. And
if I thought this through, I wouldn't be phoning your program. I'd be at the patent office with a chainsaw and a bag of hay.
Right. So completely legless horses, or as you suggest, leaving them stumps?
Well, I think the stumps would be positioned outside the horse anyway. I don't know the best. We could have half-legged horses, I suppose, but that's just like semi-professional, if you ask me.
Right. Seems, don't mind me saying, Phil, seems a bit cruel.
Only from the horse's point of view. It's a day out for the family,
Right. And people would still, you think people would still gamble on these races?
Yeah, but you just, it would be more of an investment. You put your money on a horse, and then by the time the race is finished, it's been in the bank that long, it's accumulated a bit of interest, so you would win more.
So win is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Right. Well, thank you very much, Phil, from the other night. Not sure I remember you from the other night. Line 5 is open. Line 5, welcome. You're through to the studio. You're live on air.
Hello. It's me. My name's the man who thinks that swimming pools are horse stables.
That's your name, is it?
Yes, sir. I wonder if you can help me.
Yes.
I keep meaning to get stable boy work because I want to work as a stable boy. But every time I go to the stables, I keep falling down and getting wet.
Because you're at the swimming pool?
I'm at the stables, and I keep falling down into the puddles they have by the horses, and I keep getting wet. And then I try to hand my CV in to the man outside, but he keeps saying, this is a swimming pool. But I'm at the stables, and then I keep trying to ride the horses, and the horse keeps saying, get off me, I'm a lifeguard, I'm calling the police. Can you help?
Right. I'm not sure. I'm not entirely sure. I'm the person to help you, Mr. Man who thinks swimming pools are stables. Have you thought of changing your name?
I thought of changing my name to the man who thinks that stables are swimming pools. But I tried that, and I went for a dip, and I got kicked in the head by a horse.
Well, that may explain an awful lot more than we previously believed. Again, I'm not really sure. I would just suggest that in the future, anytime you do go to the stables, you stick to the shallow end.
Okay, the shallow end of the stables where there's less hay. I'll bear that in mind. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for joining us. And line one is now flashing at me. So looks like I'm on for a good night with line 1.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi. Right.
Hi. Welcome. You're through to the studio. You're live on air.
Hello. It's me, Mr. Willie Lurkwood. And I just like to say, I think everybody's wrong. I would go so far as to say we're all under some kind of Mandela effect, and horses have never actually had legs.
Right. And how does this relate to Nelson Mandela?
You know, the Mandela effect, when everybody thought the Monopoly man was Nelson Mandela. And it So, I mean, saying a horse's legs, what are they going to say next? Slugs had legs, and I necessarily sawed the legs off slugs? No! Horses have never had legs. That's fucking cows.
So, if it's got legs, it's a cow. If it doesn't have legs, it's a horse?
Exactly. And sometimes they don't even have heads.
Right. Well, can you explain to me dressage?
Right, those are just fancy cows from
Those
probably somewhere fancy like fucking Edinburgh.
Those are just fancy Edinburgh cows. Okay, so highfalutin cows with ideas above their station is what you're saying.
Cunts.
Right, please remember you're live on there. This is a live broadcast.
I am on radio all the time, and I used to say cunt and fucking I saw a horse's legs off any day.
Right. Well, I think we did cover this earlier that horses definitely do have legs at the moment. The optimum number being, let me just check. Yep, according to the algorithm, the optimum number of legs is 4 for a horse. But you're claiming that no horses have ever had legs.
I'm Billy Kirkwood, and Billy Kirkwood at Breakfast is the best radio show of all time, and this sucks balls. Bye.
Right. So that was local charity Willie Lurkwood there, just joining us.
Ring.
Oh, hang on. Line 5's reopened. Hello, line 5.
Really desperate to go horse riding, but now I'm drowning.
Right. Did you stick to the shallow end?
No, I've got an uncontrollable thirst for adventure.
Right. Well, that's on you then, isn't it?
Oh no!
Perhaps you could call over one of the stable boys, the ones that are dressed like lifeguards.
I said, now I'm dead.
I do apologize. I didn't hear you from beyond the grave.
Ring.
Yes, line 3's back on. Hello.
I'd like to talk about the other topic you mentioned earlier on in your show.
Yes.
Are blackberries racist? And I can say, as a chef, they are racist. Every time I make a recipe containing blackberries, I always hear little voices around the kitchen screaming, "Don't trust Mexicans," with no evidence to back it up. So that's what I think.
Right, that might explain the...
I've got lots of friends from Mexico, and they're all very trustworthy. I've never had a problem with a Mexican, but, these blackberries have got me thinking.
Right. Does that in any way explain the wall of ladyfingers around the trifle?
I don't make trifles. I'm not that kind of chef. I make blackberry jus.
Ring.
What? Sorry?
Ring. Hello, I've been reincarnated as a lifeguard.
Right. Yes, hello?
Hello. It is I, Princess Anne. And one must come forward to tell you all one terrible secret we have been keeping all these years. I know I've won medals for dressage, but it is true, horses have no legs, and I am, in fact, a centaur. I was just dancing to the beat myself with my own 4 feet.
Ring.
Yes, yes, the show's nearly finished.
Clip, clop, no heavy petting.
Right, thank you very much, and that is, I believe, our time is up. Just time for one more track. Here's Green Day with some shouting. Thank you for joining us. We'll be back tomorrow.
I believe my brother's guilty.
Oh wait.
And that's the closer.
There it is.
Yeah, Charles is guilty. What?
Wow.
That's how they got sued into poverty.
Well done, everyone. The algorithm has just taken everyone's points away. Don't know how that happened. I'm suspecting it's maybe not an algorithm. Yes. So before we move on to our final game of the show, just to briefly like to say thank you all very much for joining us, not just tonight, but for the last 51 weeks. We're going to do one more show, and then we're going to take a little break for a while because the real world is a potential thing again for a while. So we're going to see how we get on with that until the next variant lockdown. Who knows what it's going to be? Oh, pick your Greek letter now. I've got tau, but I'm not sure because we're almost there already. So, yes, we're going to move on. Our final game is, of course, World's Worst. And this week it is, James Banner, please. It's World's Worst Astrologer. Yes, so World's Worst Charlatan. Oh, sorry. Astrologer. And Mar, would you like to kick us off with this one, please?
Yes. Hi. Oh, hello. Oh, sorry, I should say world's worst astrologer. I was just having a conversation here. Okay. Acting. Hi. Oh, hello. You're very handsome. You want to hear your future, okay? And you're a Capricorn? Okay, I'm a Taurus, so. Well, I think if you're a Capricorn with the new moon rising, then you're about to find your true love. I think she'll have brown hair and long brown hair with a pink streak in it, and brown eyes, two eyes. I think you're meeting her already. Wait, you're married? Oh, I'll kill her. I mean, she'll leave you. Leave her first with me. It is written.
As it is written.
World's Worst Astrologer. What's that? You've got attachment issues? You're such a hydrogen.
Oh, you do a joke. I forgot.
World's Worst Astrologer.
It would have been more noble.
Fucking hell. Gas puns? Seriously? You couldn't have waited 2 more weeks and done them to yourself alone in the flat? World's Worst Astrologer. Libra. Today's the day a trip to the spa yields fresh love when the man behind the bacon counter reveals just how many tractors your wife's been fucking. Your lucky number is 7. Your lucky color, Holocaust denial.
Bad astrologer.
That's
Bad
not
astrologer. World's Worst Astrologer. So for Aries, that's right, for Aries, Piers Morgan and Jeremy Clarkson are both Aries. So that's you, that is. That is who you are. You are one of those twats. Fuck you, Aries.
World's Worst Astrologer. Okay, so we need to know your star sign. You have Cancer. Oh no, you are Cancer. You're cancerous. Contagious. You have crabs. What? You are Cancer. Why didn't you just say the squished lobster looking one?
Squishy lobster.
World's Worst Astrologer. Oh. Well, no, don't worry. There's nothing to be ashamed of. I was a Virgo until I was 19. I was like virgin.
World's Worst Astrologer. Sagittarius. No one's noticed the rubber arm you wear halfway around your midriff. And yes, that wig does make you look Spanish. Your lucky number is 7, and your favorite color is the 17th century.
So, yes, with Jupiter currently moving into the 2nd house and the moon ascending, it's a bad time for Scorpios. Because it turns out, Scorpios, Jupiter fucking hates you. Oh, Jupiter's coming to get you. Oh, What's that behind you? It's Jupiter with a laser gun. No, it's not. Of course not. Oh, what's that noise under the bed? Oh, it's Jupiter with the creepy crawlies and shiny metal claws like Battle Cat. Oh, Jupiter's going to fucking get you. Jupiter's going to get you. Screw you, Scorpio. Jupiter's going to get you. And Libra.
World's worst astrologer. Thank you for coming to my house. Thank you. So you want to know your future? That's great. So if you could just write down here the time of your birth exactly to the minute, and I'll work out your sign, your moon rising sign, and I'll consult the stars. Okay. Okay, I'm just going to go over and I'm going to read the stars. Oh my God, where have the stars gone? Why is it blue? It hurts my eyes. Why are there floating sheep with no legs? Billy!
I'm very excited about this one about Stu. It's really good. Okay. This one's really good. So brace yourselves for, I'm going to say, the best one of these I've ever done.
I'm going to fuck the star sign.
No, but that is very good. I might use that for the next time.
It's just the look of effrontery on your face.
No. It's even better, okay? Wait for this. World's worst astrologer. Taurus, it's only a small tent.
Yeah, I like that one.
Get it? Wait, sorry. Somebody explain it to me.
It's in the delivery.
Wait, Taurus, it's only a small tent. You don't need a guided tour of the tent because it's so small. Taurus.
Yeah. You killed it, man.
Wow.
World's worst astrologer.
The booker doesn't watch these gigs.
World's worst astrologer. Pancreas. Don't worry that you overheated the oven when making your meringue. Take heart. The unsolicited dick pics you sent to the Royal Astronomy Society will soon pay off. Your lucky number is 7, and your lucky color is disease.
World's worst astrologer. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Now you are the 3 fire signs. So we don't trust you because everything will be all right until you attack. That was niche. 3 people watching really enjoyed that reference.
Okay.
Anyone got any more?
I will wing one on the spot. I feel bad for not laughing at Will's joke. So, Will, what's your star sign? And I'll make one up for you right now.
I am. We doing this? I'm a Virgo.
What? After the age of 19?
No, it's not so funny. Okay. Well, Virgo. And you're a star sign Virgo. Okay. So, you know what? Go and treat yourself tomorrow. take out all your money. Don't worry about your savings. You don't need them anymore. Go treat yourself tomorrow. Yeah. Have a nice last day.
Tell you what, if I die on Wednesday,
I don't even read star signs. I just got plans.
So that about wraps it up because time is pressing on us like Harvey Weinstein in a small elevator. Full circle. Thank you all very much for joining us. Next week will be our last of this run, what we are calling season 1.
He's won and it took a whole calendar year.
The 52-week run of season 1. So thank you all. I will say, if people want to, I guess the last few minutes, if you want to throw up any ideas for World's Worst for next week's show, I think that's not a bad idea. We might just fucking ignore them. We don't know, but why not? If it makes you feel involved. Next week's is the last one. Tell your mates, tell your pals, tell people you don't like. Scream it out of the window at 2:30 a.m. because one of my neighbours was sure as hell yelling something yesterday morning. And we will see you then. In the meantime, James, does anyone have anything they particularly wish to plug? Considering we've already had several commercials this episode.
I've done an advert for a little shop. If you want to see that.
Hey, you know what? Sure, I got nowhere to be.
We'll play it out with James's other work, apparently. Anyone? Fuck, he's a real boy. Anyone else got anything they like to plug, Mar?
Yeah, I've got a little shop.
You got a little shop? Lovely. Is it open round the back?
Yep.
Very good. Everyone else fine?
I've got a little robbery planned.
You got a little robbery planned. Very good.
You and I have been staking out a little shop.
That's right.
We've got plans.
Oh, cool. Which shop?
The trick is to go in shooting.
Yeah. Always kill the
Wednesday.
hostage. Always kill the hostage. It takes them out of the equation, Stu. That's very smart thinking. So thank you all very much for joining us. This has been fun. I'm going to write that down. I'm just checking the algorithm, and 3 blue Smarties for Will, 2 Rolos for Stu, a packet of Monster Munch for Mar.
Demons.
Considering you were saying we were pressed for time, you ain't half wittering on.
Well, I'm just trying to reclaim some semblance of hostage.
I think on Wednesday we're going to be shouting by
every time.
Please, Will, A, I don't want you to die, and B, I don't want to be questioned. So please don't die.
On
James,
Wednesday.
play us out with another commercial. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Hello.
You wanna do something Monday nighter? I've got something for you, hold tighter. It's a show that's unpredictable and fast, and improvised by the cast. Monday Night Improv.